Welcome to the Life in the UK test practice. It is important to take the Life in the UK test either for the Indefinite Leave to Remain or British Citizenship test. The Life test is used to verify that applicants have adequate knowledge of British customs, traditions, laws and political system as required under the UK's immigration rules. Let's go through 24 practice tests towards your preparation for the Life in the UK test. Here are the questions for the theory tests practice. Test 3. 1. Where is Hadrian's Wall? A. In the north of Scotland. B. In the north of Wales. C. In the north of England. D. In the north of Ireland. Answer: in the north of England. Areas of what is now Scotland were never conquered by the Romans, and the Emperor Hadrian built a wall in the north of England to keep out the Picts, ancestors of the Scottish people. 2. Where is Sutton Hoo? A. Suffolk. B. Sussex. C. Essex. D. Norfolk. Answer: Suffolk. The burial place of one of the kings was at Sutton Hoo in modern Suffolk. This king was buried with treasure and armour, all placed in a ship which was then covered by a mound of earth. 3. How many members does the Scottish Parliament have? A. 76. B. 108. C. 94. D. 129. Answer: 129. There are 129 members of the Scottish Parliament, MSPs, elected by a form of proportional representation. The Scottish Parliament can pass laws for Scotland on all matters which are not specifically reserved to the UK Parliament. The matters on which the Scottish Parliament can legislate include civil and criminal law, health, education, planning, additional tax-raising powers. 4. How many local authorities does the City of London have? A. 21. B. 33. C. 5. D. 15. Answer: 33. London has 33 local authorities, with the Greater London Authority and the Mayor of London coordinating policies across the capital. 5. Which of these is not a part of the Commonwealth? A. Barbados. B. UK. C. USA. D. Canada. Answer: USA. The USA is not part of the Commonwealth. 6. Which two are correct about Mary Stuart? A. She spent much of her childhood in France. B. She was Elizabeth I's sister. C. She died of the Black Death. D. She was only a week old when she became queen. Answers: she spent much of her childhood in France. She was only a week old when she became queen. The Queen of Scotland, Mary Stuart, often now called Mary, Queen of Scots, was a Catholic. She was only a week old when her father died, and she became queen. Much of her childhood was spent in France. When she returned to Scotland, she was the centre of a power struggle between different groups. When her husband was murdered, Mary was suspected of involvement and fled to England. She gave her throne to her Protestant son, James VI of Scotland. Mary was Elizabeth I's cousin and hoped that Elizabeth might help her, but Elizabeth suspected Mary of wanting to take over the English throne and kept her a prisoner for 20 years. Mary was eventually executed, accused of plotting against Elizabeth I. 7. What does the UN aim to do? A. Prevent diseases. B. Prevent war. C. Prevent high inflation. D. Prevent starvation. Answer: prevent war. The UK is part of the United Nations, UN, an international organisation with more than 190 countries as members. The UN was set up after the Second World War and aims to prevent war and promote international peace and security. 8. What were the Canterbury Tales about? A. People fighting near Canterbury. B. Canterbury Tales about the King. C. The stories people told each other. D. Canterbury Life. Answer: the stories people told each other. In the years leading up to 1400, Geoffrey Chaucer wrote a series of poems in English about a group of people going to Canterbury on a pilgrimage. The people decided to tell each other stories on the journey, and the poems describe the travellers and some of the stories they told. This collection of poems is called the Canterbury Tales. 9. Protestant ideas gradually gained strength in England, Wales and Scotland during what century? A. 14th. B. 15th. C. 17th. D. 16th. Answer: 16th century. Protestant ideas gradually gained strength in England, Wales and Scotland during the 16th century. 10. What was the Black Death? A. A form of plague. B. Lack of water. C. A battle. D. Lack of food. Answer: a form of plague. In 1348, a disease, probably a form of plague, came to Britain. This was known as the Black Death. 1/3 of the population of England died, and a similar proportion in Scotland and Wales. 11. On which 2 occasions will there be a fresh election called a by-election in an MP's constituency? A. Goes abroad. B. Gets ill. C. Dies. D. Resigns. Answers: dies and resigns. MPs are elected at a general election, which is held at least every 5 years. If an MP dies or resigns, there will be a fresh election called a by-election in his or her constituency. MPs are elected through a system called first past the post. 12. When was the Magna Carta established? A. 1415. B. 1516. C. 1215. D. 1314. Answer: 1215. There were few formal limits to the king's power until 1215. In that year, King John was forced by his noblemen to agree to a number of demands. The result was that a charter of rights called the Magna Carta, which means the Great Charter, the Magna Carta established the idea that even the king was subject to the law. It protected the rights of the nobility and restricted the king's power to collect taxes or to make or change laws. 13. Where is the Eden Project located? A. Liverpool. B. London. C. Dorset. D. Cornwall. Answer: Cornwall. The Eden Project is located in Cornwall, in the southwest of England. Its biomes, which are like giant greenhouses, house plants from all over the world. The Eden Project is also a charity which runs environmental and social projects internationally. 14. Where do the Laurence Olivier Awards take place? A. Kent. B. Manchester. C. London. D. Edinburgh. Answer: London. The Laurence Olivier Awards take place annually at different venues in London. There are a variety of categories, including Best Director, Best Actor, and Best Actress. The awards are named after the British actor Sir Laurence Olivier, later Lord Olivier, who was best known for his roles in various Shakespeare plays. 15. When Queen Anne died, a German, George of Hanover, became the next King of England. A. False. B. True. Answer: True. When Queen Anne died in 1714, Parliament chose a German, George I, to be the next king because he was Anne's nearest Protestant relative. An attempt by Scottish Jacobites to put James II's son on the throne instead was quickly defeated. 16. When did the First World War begin? A. 1939. B. 1918. C. 1941. D. 1914. Answer: 1914. The First World War began in 1914 and ended in 1918. 17. What does the R plate stand for? A. Rage drinking. B. Refreshed data. C. Repaired damages. D. Restricted driver. Answer: Restricted driver. In Northern Ireland, a newly qualified driver must display an R plate, or restricted driver, for 1 year after passing the test. 18. What was the name of the movement which protested against the Roman Catholic Church during Henry VIII's time? A. Glorious Revolution. B. The Reformation. C. Holy Wars. D. Rebellion of the Clans. Answer: the Reformation. During Henry VIII's reign, the Reformation was happening across Europe. This was a movement against the authority of the Pope and the ideas and practices of the Roman Catholic Church. 19. What is the shadow cabinet? A. The cabinet that is in trouble. B. Senior members of the main opposition party who shadow government ministers in different departments. C. The cabinet where the Prime Minister had to resign. D. The name of the office of the leader of the opposition in the Parliament. Answer: senior members of the main opposition party who shadow government ministers in different departments. The leader of the opposition leads his or her party in pointing out what they see as the government's failures and weaknesses. The leader of the opposition also appoints senior opposition MPs to be shadow ministers. They form the shadow cabinet, and their role is to challenge the government and to put forward alternative policies. 20. Who won 2 gold medals for running in the 2004 Olympic Games? A. Jane Torville. B. Christopher Dean. C. Dame Ellen MacArthur. D. Dame Kelly Holmes. Answer: Dame Kelly Holmes. Dame Kelly Holmes, born in 1970, won 2 gold medals for running in the 2004 Olympic Games. 21. Mince pies are traditionally eaten on which day? A. Diwali. B. Christmas. C. Easter. D. Halloween. Answer: Christmas. Christmas is celebrated in a traditional way. People usually spend the day at home and eat a special meal, which often includes roast turkey, Christmas pudding, and mince pies. 22. First professional football clubs were formed in the late 19th century. A. False. B. True. Answer: true. It's true. The first professional football clubs were formed in the late 19th century. 23. When did the English Civil War begin? A. 1598. B. 1588. C. 1642. D. 1640. Answer: 1642. Civil war between the King and Parliament began in 1642. The country split into those who supported the King, the Cavaliers, and those who supported Parliament, the Roundheads. 24. How many counties in Ireland remained in the UK under Northern Ireland? A. 12. B. 9. C. 3. D. 6. Answer: 6. In 1921, a peace treaty was signed, and in 1922, Ireland became 2 countries. The 6 counties in the north, which were mainly Protestant, remained part of the UK under the name Northern Ireland. The rest of Ireland became the Irish Free State. It had its own government and became a republic in 1949. Thank you for watching. You have now finished with Practice Test 3. Congratulations if you got all the answers correctly. If you got some wrong, please do not be discouraged. It is an opportunity for you to practice again, and you have the potential to pass. By taking all our practice tests, using our video series, the better you will be prepared for the final test. Please ensure you read and study the official Life in the UK test book and ensure you practice the sample test questions. You will be successful if you prepare. Take our other practice tests and you will be on your path to pass. Good luck, and we look forward to hearing and reading about your success.